When shopping for car insurance, consider this. Geico has been saving people money on car insurance for over 75 years. So if you're serious about savings, it's simple. Go to geico.com. After 75 years, they know how to save you money.
The Stanley Cup playoffs are underway on the networks of NBC Universal. Watch every game every night on NBC, NBCSN, CNBC, and USA Network. You can also stream the playoffs live on the go with the NBC Sports Live Extra app. Don't miss a moment. Upcoming games. Don't miss any of them. Every game, every night. Don't miss a moment. For full schedule and more info, visit NBCSports.com.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game tape.
Donuts.
If you want a battle, it's either that you will or you won't.
You know, you're not a bad-looking man, Mr. Gals.
But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair.
There's something wrong with us. Something very, very wrong with us.
Hey, man!
Whoa, we Bob. Why do you curse so much? Do it on your friends. That's all.
You say what I say, and I say
You
what
said
you say.
it. I thought you said,
you're-
I'm
I
all right,
didn't-
Spider.
I didn't want to drink.
Ready? Oh, we're rolling now? Rolling. Mick Betancourt.
Ooh, hey.
Mickeymoou. Mick Betancourt, you were on the More Stories podcast about a year ago,
Yeah.
and you were a damn smash hit. And your life story was so fascinating, so incredible to me. And my life and my wife's life has been so absolutely thrown into a meat grinder the last 2 weeks that I stopped sort of doing everything. That easing back into the podcast, I went, you know what? I'm going to get somebody on that had a harder life than me.
To break it
Literally?
up a little bit.
My aunt and uncle, my aunt dies in the apartment fire. There's a GoFundMe page at jmohr.com. Aunt Lori's alive. Uncle Dan's on life support. Aunt Christy, who's special Olympian, she died. She didn't get out. And you guys could really help me out and my wife and my family by going to the GoFundMe page. And that's a weird thing because on your website, you're like, hey, buy these shirts. Use the Amazon banner. Buy tickets to my shows. And then you realize, the old expression, ain't show friends, it's show business. I'm calling on my show friends. Like, I need people out there to hook these people up because her insurance is like, it's pitiful. The middle class just takes it in the shitter again.
You get fucked time and time again.
I mean, her house burnt, her apartment, just Google search Woodland Hills condo fire. And Aunt Christy died in that fire. Uncle Dan is on life support. So the GoFundMe page is up on jmohr.com. Give whatever you can. But Mick Betancourt, I'm not joking when I thought to myself, I can't just have a comic in here and like break balls. Like, I can't fucking swing it. It's too weird.
Yeah.
But you, last time we left off with Mick Betancourt, you went to live with your grandfather. He died. They took the body out, and Child Protection Services didn't think to look under the beds. And you just went to junior high every day and lived by yourself in a condo in Chicago.
Apartment? Yeah.
All right.
Condos always seem very luxurious to me. Although you say apartment in...
See, when they burned to the ground.
Aren't condos in New York are called apartments, right?
Look, I thought they were synonyms, but let's not split atoms here. At what point does Child Protective Services go like, is there anyone under here?
Well, here's the weird part.
Look in a closet.
When you want to talk about the middle class and the lower class, my grandfather, I was living with my grandfather. My mom lived downstairs. My uncle lived not in the apartment next to us. My grandfather so my grandfather's drinking had really destroyed that side of the family, right? And so now he was sober, and I was a little bit of a redemption for him, like a fresh start, treating me kind of like he wanted to treat his kids but never could because whiskey had him by the throat. So his son gets diagnosed with MS, And and his son, like member of Mensa, went into the air. Like he had to get the fuck away from his father and that side of the family, like ASAP. You know what I mean? Yes, he just broke. He gets a job on Wall Street. He starts making a little dough. Speaks a couple languages, and then he gets stricken with multiple sclerosis. He can't work. The drink starts coming after him, and now he's got to move back, but he's broke. He drank all his money. So my grandfather, trying to do right by his son who hates him, walls off the living room and gives him basically like a little studio apartment, right? So my grandfather dies, but my uncle is a pathological liar. Like he would come up to me and be like, I used to fly. My uncle with MS. He'd come up to me. His name's Tommy. He's dead. I'd say rest in peace, but he was a piece of shit. So he would come up to me and say, hey, I used to fly helicopters and deliver air conditioning units on the top of the Taj Mahal. You should read Isaac Asimov and How to Win Friends and Influence People. Then he'd go out and he'd get it for me. But he'd be and you'd be thinking, wow, this guy's the coolest guy ever. There's a kid. And then you get older, you're like, I think this guy's a piece of shit. Like, I think he's a legit bona fide lunatic liar. Like,
that's cokey, too.
Yeah, it's super bizarre. And
my friend Chappie, who I think he's on Person of Interest. Kevin
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
He said there was guys in the neighborhood in Southie that were like super railed out on coke, and he goes, I can't fucking deal with these guys, JJ. I go, what is it? He goes, because I never did coke, like I never saw coke. And he goes, yeah, with somebody with coke, you could be a fucking jet engine mechanic. And they're like, what are you working on, a jet engine? Like, literally. Like, to be like, let me take a look at it.
Yeah.
Let me take a look at it. You know what you need to do? You got to read Isaac Asimov.
Yeah. It was so bizarre.
Like, whatever you're talking about, they're just like, what do you do, bonds, municipal bonds? You need help with that? You know what you need to do. Like, but they bullshit their way at like a.
But they believe it. They 100%.
But it's also, the line of bullshit is like at 51%.
Yeah.
Where you're going.
Because he was in the Air Force. So in my brain, I go, well, did they?
Of course he landed helicopters. He's an Air Force guy.
Yeah, but that's the 51% that you're talking about. Yeah. Like that 1% of like, he had access to helicopters. Yeah. Like, man, but why is he? Is it
Taj Mahal?
Is it the band Taj Mahal's house? Like, it couldn't have been the Taj Mahal. Like
the casino?
Yeah, the casino something.
PNAC? So he's in the Waldorf.
Hold on, real quick. I got to tell you this.
Oh, yeah.
Coke-wise. So I've been sober now. I just took 13 years, April 27th. But I'm in, a friend of mine's running a nightclub. And back in the day, they had these like little VIP bathrooms where they'd let like 4 or 5 people in at a time, basically. And you tip the guy $10, $20. The VIP bathroom bouncer, like a bouncer just for the bathroom so that you could go in and do cocaine. And I'll never forget, it's just packed, men and women, and there's a woman sitting, early 20s, on the sink with her skirt up, a guy pouring cocaine all over the ganj, guys pouring lines on her tits, and and we just lock eyes, and she goes, I just moved here from Minnesota. I've been here a week. Everyone here is so nice.
And they're doing line off for actually like vagina holes.
Oh, everything. And I just thought, my soul died a little bit because like she looked so.
Were you sober when you saw
happy.
that?
No, I was out of my mind. We were all. I was like,
you should have been next in line.
No, because I'm looking at like, it's the Coke. Like the Coke.
Where was that?
Chicago. The Coke. Oh. It just takes everything. You're gone. You're gone from reality. It doesn't, like, in order to have that happen, you have to rationalize. You can't just
sink.
This is fucking everyone here. This is the city of brotherly love.
Peed in sinks a lot. I never did cocaine. I never did cocaine.
Coke's horrible.
I was a big sink pisser, especially with roommates. You wake up at midnight, somebody's in the bathroom, you just go into the kitchen, piss in the fucking sink.
Yeah.
Get a good calf workout on the tippy toes. Tipping it over the sink, right?
Shredded.
Right?
And then the next day.
Nobody takes a shit in a urinal? How come in my lifetime?
That's a bold move.
In my lifetime, I've seen like little girls with 2 heads on like the Learning Channel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they're you know, Siamese twins, I guess, but
medical,
like, they share but they're on like a softball team, running around with 2 heads. But I've never walked into like a nightclub bathroom and went, "Oh my God!" Somebody took it. If you're listening, do me a favor, just shit in a urinal, take a photo at Mick Betancourt at JMohr37. We need this in our lives. But think about
Twitter
that.
accounts are going to blow up with
Isn't
shit in urinals.
But isn't that strange? That
no
we've
one's
never
did you ever do the old upper decker?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You've seen a homeless guy masturbate on a subway. You've seen a chimpanzee ride a motorcycle.
Yeah, I've never seen someone. I seen that picture of the guy who fell face first into the urinal. That's a popular internet photo, but I have never. If you pulled his head out, there wouldn't be shit there because that is the universal taboo line that no one crosses.
How many times have you had to not like even shit, but bubble guts, it's coming out no matter what, and people are in the stalls, and you're like, oh my god, how does somebody just not undo the belt and rip it into the urinal behind them?
Let's take it the other way.
Oh.
Let's make it classy. What if you're waiting in line at the Dodgers game and giving homage to that piece of shit stadium? You wait very classy. Maybe you have a top hat on. Maybe you have a monocle. Yeah, we all have our opinions.
Chavez Ravine is shit.
Dodger Stadium is not a great place to watch a baseball game.
You're wrong, but whatever.
Listen, I'm a Cubs fan, so I'm delusional about baseball anyway.
We have ivy on a brick wall. It's special here. Shut up.
And hot dogs.
You just got fucking lights.
Combo sandwich.
Bunch of Amish people running a ball club.
A wonderfully, beautifully
corrupt
Dodger
town. Stadium,
all I'm saying is
monocle.
Top hat, monocle, maybe cane, sword in the cane if you're leaning towards the warrior side. You're waiting in line. You go there. You pull the pants down. You kind of do like a wall sit. You know what I mean? And you just start having a nice take your time with it. If you're going to cross the line, I'm saying don't just spray and run. Don't just make it an emergency situation.
Up the newspaper.
I'm saying make a meal out of it. I'm saying
Wall
sit
Street
there,
Journal?
spend some time. Yeah, I won't bet on the ponies, but what stocks do you like? GE, steady stock in between 18 to 22 with a nice 3% dividend. Let's get into it.
I could swing. You mean?
Yeah,
I like it.
But you're heating up the hamstrings because you're in a squatting position.
You know what I like? You just pick a guy, because it's going to be full.
Full!
A guy at random, and you go, hey, how are you, Mike?
Yeah.
Whoever that guy is, just turning right around.
Yeah.
Hello, Mike. How you been, buddy?
Yeah, fancy that they put the bidets in here. Just turn it on its head, because then you don't look like a lunatic. Because then you flush it, you get a little splash, enough that you...
Yeah, you know what? You really could pull it off if you really took... Like anything. If you
gotta commit. You gotta commit.
If you don't belong in the club...
You gotta act like you've been there.
You don't run in.
You don't run in.
You walk in, you look at the bouncer and go, hey, buddy, how are you? And you just walk in like you're fucking the guy.
Yeah, say hey to Petey for me. Good to see you. I'll be inside if you need me. Right to the bouncer. Yeah.
Where's Petey?
I'm going to tell you know the guy.
You just shit at the urinal.
At the urinal.
With the Wall Street Journal. Hey, Steven, how are you, Paul? Fucking Puig, huh?
Can you believe it? Who you got this year?
Your brother lived in a walled-off room.
No, my uncle.
That's what I meant, with MS. Yeah. Your uncle with MS, who you would say rest in peace, but you said he was...
he was a piece of garbage, man. And you know what? They say, let me not
on life support, so I got to be careful what I put in the ether.
Yeah, you know what? They say don't speak ill of the dead.
Rest in peace. God bless him.
Yeah.
He did the best he could.
I don't know about that.
Was he a parent?
No.
See,
he's living in this
God's
room.
Grace.
My gramp dies. My ma's downstairs. She's in and out. Then she's out. And my uncle's got this industrial-sized freezer on my side of the apartment, and my food runs out real quick. And he accuses me of stealing his steaks, but I wouldn't cross that line. I wasn't going to steal from my own family.
How old were you?
13 and 14.
This is the best part. That you got to go, okay, I'm 13 years old, and I'm living by myself.
But you don't know that yet. I'm seeing my mom, I'm not seeing her. She's in full flight, totally alcoholic. She's dating this piece of shit guy, Pete, that used to beat her, and I'd go down there and I'd get into him because I was wrestling at the time. At that time in your life when you're a young guy.
14 years old, you're fighting a grown-up.
Yeah, that guy was a piece of shit.
I got to guess, and I don't know this because my parents are together still and madly in love.
God bless you, man.
But when your parents get divorced and your mom, your dad brings a lady around and you're like, too soon, whatever. Just the fact that a guy's in your mom.
Listen to it.
At that age?
My mom would take me out drinking with her, 9, 10, 11. I would drive home from the bar with her blowing a guy in the back seat. And then sometimes, one time, this guy, she was in the front seat, I was in the back seat, and this guy's blowing every stop sign. And I go, you're going to get us killed, man. He goes, don't worry, I know all the cops in Berwyn. I'm like, this guy's just racing home because he wants to hook up with my mom. The next day, and I'm only telling you this story because you're in it. This will be in my book, by the way, that I'm writing called The Hard Way. That'll be out in 2016. You can see chapters of it on my website. But my ma calls me down.
MickBetancourt.com?
MickBetancourt.com calls me down and goes, "That fucking guinea banged me so hard last night, and I totally forgot I'm on the rag. You got to reach up there and get it." And I go, "Are you out of your mind?" And she goes, "Quit being a fucking baby." And I'm like, "Absolutely not."
Your mom wanted you to reach inside her and retrieve a tampon from within inside her vagina hole.
Yeah, at once some, and
you
her
were 10 years
her
old?
words, fat guinea, her words. Yeah, man. I mean, total.
How am I in this story? What are you talking about? What am I, the rag? The string? You go, Jay, I got to tell you the story because you're in it. I'm not in the story at all.
No. Well, you're in it. Like, I mean, in life, that's this. You know what that slang means. You're in it right now. Your family's in duress.
I'm in the shit.
You're in the shit.
This is Vietnam. It's 1969. And
yeah, man. People are dying. People are on life. You're in it, man. And I'm offering you a psychotic olive branch here.
No, the moment your mom was getting blown in the car, I was like, thank God Mick's here. This is great because you can do the heavy lifting. And you, more than anybody, you did since we last spoke, you were on Chicago Fire.
Yeah, Chicago PD.
And I thought you got hired as an actor.
No, Chicago Fire and Chicago PD.
I thought you were hired as an actor.
No.
And I'm like, attaboy, Mick.
Yeah.
And then I saw you at Starbucks an hour ago. You're like, nah, I was a consultant. I'm like, who cares? That's not show business.
Yeah. What do you mean? Consultants, not show business?
No,
I was writing.
I'm breaking your balls.
Yeah. I wrote an episode of Fire, or co-wrote. A little bit.
You fucking balls.
You said a little bit.
You'll wreck my fucking potty. Wreck my fucking potty.
Did I say? What did I say? Did I say something bad to the guy? A little bit.
Oh, right away, Jimmy, getting fucking fresh.
What'd I say?
That's what he said. That's what Bat says. Right away, getting fucking fresh.
That's such a great movie.
Getting fucking fresh. All right. You wrote for Chicago Fire and Chicago PD.
Yeah, sold a pilot to Fox, which was an awesome experience.
Now, we've been talking a lot, for some reason lately, a lot of talk about writing and network notes and all that stuff. You write a pilot for Fox, they buy it from you, and then they just go, we're not using it.
Well, that's the process. You know, they'll buy, I don't know how many pilots they'll do. They'll shoot a certain amount of those pilots, and they only pick up a fraction of those pilots. That's just the network.
What was the pilot?
It was,
Can you talk about it?
Yeah, it was based on a Boom comic called The Rinse about a money launderer. And so it was about this money launderer that lived in San Francisco, and it was kind of a cool way into a crime show. Like, this guy kind of had a Count of Monte Cristo vibe to him. He was falsely in prison. He got mentored by basically the head of the Crips, and he got trained. He was a square, like an athlete, and he goes to prison. He got framed, and actually didn't get framed. He failed to testify against some people that hurt him. He was working for him. He didn't
I don't
even
like
know.
this show already.
You would have liked it. It was great. He comes out basically, and he's on a revenge mission to take down the people that got him, took him down, and destroyed his life.
Yeah. A money launderer that wants revenge.
Yeah. So he's working for all these criminals, but really his ulterior motive is to get closer to them to bring them all down. So it's like a twist on the bad guy. It's a twist on the crime genre. It was, and I had a ton of fun
the best
writing it.
idea, Corey, I just realized was the girl that wrote Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
Amazing.
What was her name?
Annalisa
Lobianco. She goes, like, I'll make you executive producer. I just want to go out and pitch this show.
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about it a lot lately. Billy Corben directed Cocaine Cowboys.
Yes.
He's talking about, like, pitching his new documentary, Dogfight. And I'm like, it's about backyard fighting, like Kimbo Slice.
Yeah.
And he's getting notes like, it's a little urban. And he's like, they're fucking black people.
Yeah, in Miami.
And it's a little violent.
Fighting for money in the backyards.
The word fight.
Yeah.
Black people fighting, and the two notes are like, we just think there's a lot of black people fighting.
Yeah.
So Annalisa Lobianco had this great. Is that thing up and running? We could do it still. She owns it. Like, nobody can steal it if I say it aloud. Beverly Hills Chihuahua, I like better than the pitch I just heard from myself.
And it's the same writer?
Yeah. Wickedly talented.
It's great.
Pull that shit together.
Well, Beverly Hills Chihuahua, I'm sure, got her some cash so that she could finally get down to what she really wanted to get down with.
She's a nice kid, too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get into book business, man. I got this book. I'm having a blast writing it. I put the first 50 pages up on my website, and then so if you follow me at Mick Betancourt or you listen to my podcast, I'll put pages up for 4 hours so you can actually read. And I put like rough drafts up because a lot of people
don't you have an agent?
Oh, 100%.
So why can't you get a meeting with a publisher?
I'm gonna. But
okay.
this is all out of respect to my audience. that we were kind of talking about this in the beginning.
What are you, Usher? Who fucking talks like that?
What do you mean? The people that listen to my
Respect
show.
to my audience.
Yeah, man, they're on this journey with me.
You know,
I've been
about
super.
The fans
It
and
really
the journey.
is.
What do you want, The
100%.
Bachelor?
Nah.
I'm on my journey.
I'm telling you, man.
Who are you?
This has been
What happened to the bare knuckle
incredible
brawler who fucking,
You know, you hit a guy, then you
your mom was just
give
blowing
him a
guys on the
hug.
drive
Yeah.
home, and now you're like, my audience and fans.
No, it's true.
They're on this journey with me.
It's
fucking
been-
Nelly. Who talks like that?
Nelly.
R&B people talk like
I grew
that.
up close to the
Who are these
Lou.
people, Henry? What's wrong with you, Henry? A Jew broad in this day and age talking about her fans. You might get a nice piece of property.
I can get worried about you, Henry.
Mick Betancourt has been through worse than any of you, and we'll prove it. Listen to these commercials real fast, my friends. Squarespace, easiest way to create a beautiful website, blog, or online store for you and your ideas. Squarespace features an elegant interface, beautiful templates, incredible 24/7 customer support. You got a problem, they're going to help you. Try Squarespace at squarespace.com. Enter my offer code MOHR, M-O-H-R, at checkout. Get 10% off. Simple, powerful, beautiful, 24/7 support via live chat and email. Here's the thing. It's only $8 a month, and you get a free domain if you buy Squarespace for the year. It could be anything. Make up something cockamamie and crazy. They don't care. It's a good place to be. Squarespace. Responsive design. Your website scales to look great on any device. Commerce. Every website comes with a free online store. I don't know if you've been to jmohr.com. I sell T-shirts. Guess who I used? Squarespace Cover Pages, a feature that allows you to set up a beautiful one-page online presence in minutes. Start a trial with no credit card required and start building your website today. When you decide to sign up for Squarespace, make sure to use the offer code MOHR, M-O-H-R, to get 10% off your first purchase and to show your support of this podcast. We thank Squarespace for their support of the More Stories podcast. Squarespace. Build it beautiful.
To the insurance company that spurned me, our time together has come to an end. It's not me, it's you. We both know what I'm talking about. 15 minutes ago, I began courting Geico. It was just the easiest thing I've done since buttering my biscuit at breakfast. Not only have I saved hundreds of dollars on my car insurance, but also the future tears you were sure to impose. My heart and my coverage now belong to Geico. Sincerely, not yours, Tara in Telluride.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Again, Mick Betancourt, at Mick Betancourt, mickbetancourt.com. Your life is... Oh, by the way, please use the Amazon banner on my website, jmohr.com, if you want to buy stuff, if you wish. If you don't, that's cool, too. Mostly, GoFundMe for Aunt Lori and Uncle Dan. These poor people. My word. So, you're 9. You're driving because your mom has to blow a guy that she met in a bar.
Yeah.
That she took you to drink with.
Yes.
So you really had a taste of booze early, and there's no, I don't know if there's anything more disturbing or alarming to a child, mothers particularly.
Yeah, well, she also taught me how to throw a baseball, too. So now all of the messages were
at the fat
up.
guinea that fucking slammed it up, as she said. What did she say?
He said he's going to play the catcher. So when you're coming around third, I need you to put your shoulder down, not just because he's Italian, but also because he could tag you out. So there was a lot of mixed messages going on there.
Your mother is that, but that's I don't know.
What I'm trying to say is it's
I
not.
don't know if my
even though
fans
that's fucked
on my
up.
journey that are on my journey with me. What are you,
I'm
Aaliyah?
really trying to be nice to the people. The fans. By the way, a lot of which
your balls because I
are
can
from yours. You know what I mean? So I want to thank you for that because when you had me on, my listenership, man, and like a huge swath of their views came from your fans. So thank all the Moyers for checking it out. Yeah, for sure.
You're okay.
Are you trying to say that my mom blowing a guy is a topic that you just cannot get off of?
No, I was literally going to the walled-off apartment again because you lived... Every time I say walled-off, it sounds like a guinea about to say walled-off Astoria. You lived in a walled-off Astoria apartment.
Yeah, they give you wasabi peas with your drinks.
How your family continually were like slaves to the bottle, the drug, and then the Grim Reaper.
Or rage. Yeah, 100%. The reason why I teed you up with Tommy in the other apartment was... he knew my situation.
Uncle Tommy, MS,
he caught me eating a
liar.
Wheaties mayonnaise sandwich one time because it was all that I had in the...
Wheaties and mayonnaise.
Yeah, I took bread, I put mayonnaise on it, and I crumbled Wheaties on it. That's all I had left. While I'm eating a fucking Wheaties mayonnaise sandwich. 14?
All these stories, you got to put the age in because that's what makes them fucking
14.
nuts. Yeah, because if you were 22, I'd go, that's nuts.
14?
He comes out and he goes, you been eating my steaks? And I go, look what I'm eating right now. What are you talking about? And he's like, you've been eating my steak. Now, this is the type of guy he is. When my grandfather died, I run downstairs and I pound on my mom's door. My grandfather died in my arms. I thought we were wrestling and he was having a heart attack in the morning. I went to go see him. I'm trying to cheer him up. I think it's working.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
My God.
Whizzer.
Why are you purple? I'm not even near your neck.
It's like half speed. What are you doing? Are you going to take the leg or not?
What are you doing? Get up.
Switch.
Nice. You call it a sit out? Wait a minute. He thought...
It's like he's not even trying.
That was one of the... I know you're taking it easy on me because I'm 8. But
you're
Jesus
taking
Christ.
one long breath.
Jesus, I'm giving you the head. Take it. Here's
my
the over.
foot.
Here's the
It's
under.
literally just kicking his. Let's grab it.
So were you really?
No, it was hot. It was in June. I went up to see. It was in the morning. I woke up. I went to go wake him up, and I nudged him a little bit. He didn't look kind of good. He grabbed my arm and he kind of pulled me in. And I thought, here we go. Here we go.
You're not joking.
No, I thought we were wrestling. When?
How old are you?
13.
How many times?
No, 14. I was 14. I was in 8th grade.
14. You're like, hey, Pop,
you know how somebody
and he grabs you and you're like, hey, you son of a bitch, I got you.
You know how
you
sometimes
throw in the half Nelson
when a
and
guy
realize
is
he's cold.
I climbed up on the dresser like Superfly Snooker, and I said, "Here comes the pain," and I gave a little Ric Flair. Whoo! No, I didn't do any of that.
I know you didn't.
You know how sometimes someone will pretend you're
really
sleeping, and then they grab you. You know what I mean? They lunge out. That's what happened. Except he has my arm. I grab his arm. I look at him and I go, "Oh fuck!" I was 14. I didn't say, "Oh fuck." I go, "Oh, he's dying." And I just watch life, and then I grab him. I'm trying if I can go, what do I do here? This is the guy that saved my life. That was the continually kindest presence in my life. I lose he just dies. And I'm like, oh, fuck, he just died. So I run down, and I actually jump over the banister, down the flight. I pound on my mom's door. Did I ever tell you a story or no?
You did not the wrestling part, but keep going.
Yeah, so the door opens, and my mom's buck naked. She's like, what's going on? And I go, Gramps dead. And I look over, and she had a table like this, a big wooden table in her kitchen, which is a kitchen-sized dining room. And there's a naked guy on the table, fucking conked out, and comes to, because I'm screaming, just looking at me. His fucking bag's exposed, and there's like a fifth of booze on the table. And I'm like, Gramps dead, call 911. And the guy's like, huh? I always think in my head that guy's got to always be somewhere where they're like, hey, Frank, tell the story the one time you banged that crazy Irish broad and the kid comes banging on the door. Gramps dead. Tell that story again. It's so, that was the worst day in my life, but that had to be the fucking craziest for this random guy that worked some shitty job, that went to some horrible fucking bar to drink away his troubles, meet some fucking girl. The girl takes him home. He's thinking, maybe life's not so bad. Maybe it's all turning around for me. Maybe drinking's not a problem in my life.
I'm winning. This is manageable.
This is fucking incredible. Gramps dead.
Ma! Gramps is dead.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
So now the ambulance comes. They take the body out. That guy leaves.
So your life's so hard, I'm surprised the ambulance even fucking showed up.
But we're not even going.
Your
over
whole
that.
family is like the looters stabbing holes in the fire hoses in Baltimore. That's basically your life from DNA until this afternoon.
Get this. We are at the hospital.
Get this.
Tommy comes into my apartment, crawls up the bookcases. All of a sudden, his MS is cured. Steals the fucking... steals the key to the safe from my grandfather, takes the $5,000 cash that my grandfather always had in there, steals it and the will that I'm in that would have chopped up my grandfather didn't have an estate. He owned this building and he had like, I think, $20,000 cash in the bank. Yeah. Some Sears Roebuck stock. Steal his fucking dad's body's not even cold. And he's robbing
still
him.
In the Wizard.
Yeah, I still have fucking one arm hooked in and we're doing a little hip dance. Yeah. But as soon as he pushes into me, Jay, he's going for a ride.
You know my move.
That's inside wrestling for all the Greco-Roman freestyle fans out there.
That was my move.
The Wizard?
No, I hate the Wizard. I fucking hate it.
What was your move?
It's the only move where when it happens, the whole gym goes, Wizard! Like nobody goes, Half Nelson! Single! Like it's just for some reason people are compelled to scream, Wizard! Yeah. We've talked
or
about
soup.
it.
When you hear soup and someone's got your back, you're done. That's the worst.
We've talked a lot about the Wizard on this podcast.
Yeah.
My thing was, and I learned it in wrestling camp, we had a rule. My coach wouldn't let us take any moves across our back because he goes, none of you guys are good enough to not get caught. Like cradles and shit. You couldn't roll across your own back.
Yeah.
But I learned at East Stroudsburg Wrestling Camp in Pennsylvania, Wrestling Camp of Champs, you let the guy get the single, then you throw an over, and then you throw the crossface like a punch right across his fucking face and try to break his nose, and then you get the under across his face, and then you put the top of your foot behind his knee here.
Yeah.
And then when he goes towards you, you just drop onto your ass and you go for a ride, roll him over, and he's flat on his fucking back. I won like 6 matches in a row, but I had to jump rope for like a half hour because you weren't allowed to take moves across your back.
Oh.
I'd get my hand raised, walk off. He would hand me a jump rope. Just fucking...
That's why I love wrestling. Even though you won, you didn't win the right way, and you still got to pay.
Told you, don't take moves across your back.
By the way, that...
what restaurant were you telling me about in Starbucks that you worked at? We just saw you on the Starbucks, and I'm like,
I worked at Starbucks.
Something at a restaurant.
I worked at a ton, man. I forged my birth certificate to get a job at Kentucky Fried Chicken when I was 14.
Most people forge the birth certificate to join Normandy, World War II. Like, I have to help my country. And
I had to learn the secret recipe.
People need biscuits.
We were broke, man. I needed dough. First job I had, I was a...
How do you forge your birth certificate?
I turned the 4 into a 6.
To make you 16 years old?
And they hired me as the fucking cook. So I had to stand on a milk carton. Because I was wrestling 119, I think. Yeah, I wrestled 119 in 8th grade.
Is it one of those jobs? Because usually, like when you work at a place, the smell, everything. Like I worked at a place, everything it was a wedding catering hall. The prime rib, the carrots, the ice cream. After a while, it all has the same weird taste.
Yeah.
So KFC, I always wonder, like Starbucks. I love coffee, so it's all I have left. So, but I look at people at Starbucks and I'm like, do they like smell coffee and go, oh fuck, because that's what I live for.
Yeah.
But at KFC. Did you just have it on your clothes? And like to this day, when you pass one, you're like, ugh.
I was a busboy at Giovanni's in Berwyn on Roosevelt. Then I was the worst busboy in the history of busboys. I was.
How are you bad at being a busboy?
I just, I'd have like, I'd hold one fork and then like
you were dainty.
One plate. And then the Mexican kid I was working with had half the glass rack on his back and 40 cups in his hand and things hooked around in his pinky. And I'm like, I have a plate and a glass. Like. I was the worst. So they're like, listen, you're the worst busboy we've ever had. We're making you're going to run the salad station.
So, that's nice.
It's like, okay. And then I couldn't remember what went on the salads. So I'm like, what's on the cob again? And the lady would be like, I'm in the goddamn weeds. Where's my cob salad? I'm like, what's on that again? She's like, it never changes. Like, you make one, that's the one you make again.
Yeah, were you like a pothead? Like
no, I just couldn't fucking get it, man. I just couldn't remember shit. So then I got the job at KFC. And then, let's see, I've worked at Bennigan's. I worked at a pool hall, like I was a grill man making gyros and hot dogs and fries and co-managed a 10-table pool room in Rogers Park in Chicago. I'm trying to think if I worked at any other restaurants. I was a fucking mall security guard. That was a shitty gig. I've had the worst gigs. I've valet parked cars.
I would think mall security guard would be amazing because people just leave you alone.
No, these guys thought that they were. Now, I just gotten kicked out of college.
Why?
And I got kicked out of 3 or 4 dorms, and then I got kicked out of the university.
Which one and why?
Loyola.
Why? You're not a mean guy.
I punched a priest. And the Jesuits frown on priest punching, Jay. They don't like that.
Was there buggering happening? Or was the priest
the
just
guy
like...
was running his mouth.
Was he in his collar?
Yeah. He was in his office. And I go, hey, he fell. You might want to go check it out.
Well, how do you... Seriously.
Things happen.
You're like a Catholic Chicago guy.
Yeah. Well, that was the straw that broke the camel's back,
when you make
or the
a
priest's
fist
face.
And you go towards a priest, you're like, wow, this is, as Eddie Murphy said, I want the hell express. What's your rationale for shooting the Pope?
Or...
I said, fuck it, I'm going to hell. I don't want to wait in line with everybody else. I want the hell express.
Or it feels amazing.
But what did he do?
He was a piece of shit.
But everybody, all the listeners that are like, atheists are going to be like, you got fucked by a priest.
No. Well, here's what happened.
You were just arguing. First, you had rage.
My rage came out.
You hit a priest.
I felt, but that was the end of a long string of very destructive activity.
What did he do?
He would bring me in. He was like a counselor guy, and he would say, and I knew some things that...
I hear things, Joey.
He would do this dumb fucking story, and he just kept kind of calling me out and needling me about my performance at the school and the people that I was associating with and the fact that I was drinking. But he was taking shots at me, and I'm like, listen, man, we're human beings sitting here. If you're unhappy...
Shots like, and I know you're not a very smart person.
Yeah, you're throwing it away. You're disrespecting your faith. And I'm like...
Well, that's not shots. That's he's telling you the truth.
No. Listen, and plus all of this thing's going on in, and that's I don't want to get into a separate conversation about the Catholic Church, but you can't systematically rape kids over the last 200 years.
We're talking about you and this guy.
Yeah, no, but this is part of it because I'm when I'm a teenager and I know friends of mine that have had that happen to them and been moved around. There was no consequences. No, but if we're going to get into it and you're going to talk about my humanity, okay, I drank and I got written up for drinking in my dorm room. Where does global cover-up of child rape fall into your fucking cascade there, Padre? If we're taking each other, if we're grading each other's fucking test here, with your collar on there, defending the church, I understand I'm drinking a lot, and I'll own that. And you bounce me out of one university to the other. But when you say I betray my faith, where do you stand? And I'm like, don't tell me you don't know fucking priests or heard of it, and you kept your fucking mouth shut. So you're a piece of shit. That's what you are. Oh, you think you're fucking tough? You think just because I'll fucking blast you right in your face. Right in your fucking face. I'll sit you down. If you stand up, I'll knock you on your ass. And he stood up and he put his hands up. And I put him on his ass. Fuck him and everybody like him.
And fuck Michael Jackson. Remember, do the right thing when he goes, fuck
I'm telling. Listen, that's a whole set. See, now we went into a wormhole here of...
I'm with you. Listen, do you remember Do the Right Thing when Turturro and Spike Lee are getting after it? And he goes, fuck you and fuck Michael Jackson. And Spike Lee goes, fuck you and fuck Frank Sinatra. And Turturro goes, whoa, watch it. They're dropping N-bombs and Guinea this.
Yeah, no, listen, that to me, you can't... Don't call me... And again, would I have approached it a different way now? Would my heart be broken if my son or my daughter did it now?
You made yourself well.
Yes, but to me, the hypocrisy of that, plus the hypocrisy of my own life that I was living, which was I was destroying it with drinking and full flight from reality and youthful rebellion and all that shit. In retrospect, I understand what that was now. But that even now, I can get heated up about that topic. But it's not. I got to worry about what's in my sphere, like my business. You know what I mean?
You've been by the universe.
I'm not a tough fucking guy. So that story makes me come off like I'm not. You know what I mean?
No, I know you, and you are. I mean, you're tougher than me. I mean, I wouldn't want to fucking scrap. I'd be like, you win, Mick.
We would bear hug and eat the pizza that for some reason is being protected in another room right now.
Well, you wanted to get cold? We ordered pizza for the big podcast. Yeah,
nice.
Buddy. I got a big pizza oven in there in the compound. Bill Clinton and Greg Norman tore their ACLs walking down my back steps. You didn't know that? It's the fucking spot, dude. Let me tell you this.
Yeah.
You have, in your life, been crossed by the universe. I hate when people say, hey, everything happens for a reason. I'm like, that's idiotic. No, there's no greater good. Like my cousin Willie was 20, he got killed by a drunk driver. They buried their kid. Everything doesn't happen for a reason, but everything happens. And as Bukowski wrote, what matters most is how well you walk through the fire.
Mm-hmm.
What thing in your life? What's this? Because there's so much with you specifically. Because now what I'm going through in my family It's just one after the other. The fucking hits keep coming. But you, Mick Betancourt, went through it so young and so often, and it just kept, when it rains, it pours. What's the one thing in your life where you're like, out of all the things where the universe, I had to bend over and grab my ankles, this was the all-time, this is not okay?
When my grandfather died.
More than your mom
100%.
asking you to reach inside her vagina.
More than when my mom became a prostitute, more than when my mom became a stripper, more than when my mom fucking robbed a bank and went to prison. All
Excuse
of
me?
that. Yeah.
¿A dónde?
All of that.
Su madre.
Yeah, sí, prostituta, señor.
Your mom robbed a bank.
Yeah, got
with
convicted.
Whom?
Herself.
Alone.
I thought you knew all this, man.
Tell
all right,
me.
so here's what happened.
If I did, I forgot.
So my mom's drinking a lot. She meets a guy online named Vinny Valero.
Your mom and the fucking eye ties.
I know.
She loves him.
Unbelievable. Yeah. I always say if there
but
was
she's Puerto Rican, right?
No, Irish.
But and your dad was Puerto Rican.
Yeah, my dad. So
You're all mixed up.
my grandfather said you're half Irish, half ashamed.
It's like those awful comics are like, my mom's what is she?
Yeah, Irish.
My mom's Irish. My dad's Puerto Rican. I'm in therapy.
Yeah.
It's like,
And
and you know what else?
Save the
you're
money.
out of my
Yeah.
fucking memory banks of anybody to ever watch. You stink.
Take 2 sessions, buy a 38, deep throat it, save us all the fucking some problems.
I don't know if you know this about me, but no, I don't. I just fucking came
Yeah,
in here.
no.
Why would I know this about you?
Yeah.
You're the 4th guy in a lineup of 11 comics.
All of which are horrible. And
Hey,
why
what
are
am I wearing?
And why are the
I know
nachos
what you're-
$30?
I know what you're thinking. No, you don't. Why are you pointing? You dressed yourself.
Yeah.
They did that in the comedians of comedy, like Patton and Brian Posehn, like comics that like the opening act,
Yeah.
go on stage with like, what? Like a Hawaiian shirt, like what the? I mean, look at this shirt.
What
It's
masked marauder dressed me?
like, well, I know you're thinking like, what did he blow Don Ho for that shirt? Like you wear that shirt every night just for that.
That one joke.
So more than your mom robs a bank.
Yeah. So here's what happened. April 13th, 2001. Why do I know this? April 14th, my birthday. So when she's really thinking, hey, what can I do here? I know I'll rob a bank and say my son, whose birthday is tomorrow, is being held hostage. So she goes in.
I thought she was going to rob the bank to get you a gift.
Maybe that was it. What it turns out was she robbed the bank. She gave him a note saying, my son's being held hostage. If you don't give me $5,000, they'll kill him. And they give her the money. She walks away. They arrest her. Now, she had met this guy online.
How far down a block from the
2 blocks. 2 blocks, the black Caprices show up. They offer her a ride down to the Metropolitan
Those are the
Correctional
backup
Center.
singers for the Black Caprices?
The Black Caprices.
Just John Mayer's backup girls?
They lock her up, wigs cocked on her head, glasses are all fucked up.
Wig?
Oh, yeah, she went
glasses.
in. And so my uncle...
Should have went dressed up like the Burger King that came in with Floyd Mayweather.
The worst. How about Kimmel? How fucked up was that? I'm like, why is Kimmel with Pacquiao? I don't understand. I didn't get the Bieber. I guess it was the Bieber. I didn't get it.
We'll talk a lot about that off mic.
Yeah? That was bizarre. Anyway.
Talented man, the Kimmel. And always had a good time on his show.
I'm sensing some sarcasm.
No. I've always had a great time on Kimmel.
Yeah, that was just, I didn't get the joke.
I just don't want to talk shit about Jimmy Kimmel on a podcast.
No, I'm not talking shit about him. I didn't.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
I thought
you said.
I thought it was very strange. I thought you said.
You didn't want to drink?
I thought you said I'm all right, Spider.
Okay.
I'm all right, you fucking prick. Where's my drink?
You said you didn't want to drink.
Oh, I thought.
Listen.
You're right.
Your mom gets arrested.
She's online, meets Vinny Valero, talking on the phone long distance, racking up the bills. She, the plan is to rob the bank and then go to Florida and show up on Vinny's doorstep with the money and a big heart.
What happened to your birthday?
So hold on. She goes to jail. Now, as this is going on, I don't know that she robbed a bank. That same day, my friend, 2001, so I was, I don't know, 27 maybe?
So it just keeps getting better in your life.
Oh, yeah, man. Come on.
How old were you when you were asked? I don't even go back
If
to
you're
that.
breathing and you're on my side of the family, you got your hand on that sweet, luscious self-destruct button. If you're breathing, you're like, should I hit it?
Like rubbing the yolk before you walk out in the Apollo?
That's it, yeah. Like Notre Dame jumps up and hits the play like a champion. You're like, maybe I just half push it. So my pal Dave J, rest in peace, comes over to my apartment and he says, listen, I got some DVD players. I'm hot right now, though. I think the cops are on me. Can I store them at your place? Normal person's like, get the fuck out of here. You just said the cops are watching you. But me, and that's my boy, I say, you got it. Bring them in. So he gives them to me. I put them in the corner. He leaves. The way my apartment was set up was a guard department. The front and the back door is kind of touched like in a corner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he walked out the back door, and then not 5 minutes later, I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm thinking, it was a hard, he does not, only cops knock like that. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, I'm getting real quiet. I'm like, if this is the fucking cops and I just got set up, I'm making a run for it. FBI, open the fucking door. God damn it, I open it. I got my Home Depot. I was driving trucks for Home Depot at the time, doing stand-up at night.
Honest work?
Yeah. And the guy goes, where were you this morning? And I go, what are you talking about? And he goes, where were you this morning? I was working at Home Depot. I still got my uniform on. Punched in and out. I'm on cameras. You can check it if you want. He goes, your mother robbed Forest Park Federal Bank this morning. And I go, oh, fuck, thank God. He goes, what? I'm like, nothing. So she robbed a bank, huh? Like I got my foot on the door so he can't see the fucking stack of DVD players in the corner.
Oh, my God.
So now I find out my heart drops. You know, my mom never lived a fucking easy day in her life, and I was very resentful.
She didn't make it easy on herself.
No. But no one, horrific mental illness, alcoholism, drug addiction. Tough, man, tough. And I had a resentment against her a long time, but still to have her go down like that really broke my heart. My uncle
I'm sorry to interrupt you. How much time did she
I think she did just under 4 years. Because she didn't, you need a threat of violence to do serious,
4 years of my fucking sleep. You know how ripped I'd be?
How many books would you read? How many books would you read? Would you be a voracious reader? Yeah, all ever written. You have to.
But I would go right up to the fucking whatever gang I could. I'd be like, whose dick do I suck? I don't want any fucking trouble.
Nothing. You could even do like a fire starting move with your hands.
No qualms.
No.
Are you the white supremacist leader?
I would say.
You need a mouth?
I would say, here's a blank page with a pen. Just write out what you like. What makes you happy? And I'll do that.
You know what's amazing? I remember watching Oz with my wife like a long time ago. And they're raping the Aryan Nation are raping one of the guys. And we're just watching it. Just fucking rape, prison rape. And then one guy just fucking from behind, as he's fucking him, punches him in the ribs. And me and my wife go,
yeah.
Like that was over the line.
Totally unnecessary.
Like you're raping him.
Yeah.
Like they're just fucking ripping him. Like it's a episiotomy. He's going to have to be fucking sewn back together. But somebody just fucking gives him a body shot. And then me and my wife are like, the fuck? That's fucked up.
But what if the backstory was, if you guys are going to come at me in the shower later, can you punch me in the ribs?
That's the only way I can come if you're fucking me.
It's a little different. Yeah,
that's my kidney shot.
That's my button.
Your mom, that's my special spot. So she does 4 years.
Do you know where my liver is?
But your grandfather.
Left side. Punch me in the liver. Right as you're about to come.
It's right side.
Right side.
Yeah. I remember because I tried to punch Forrest.
That's what you're
Griffin
saying.
wanted to hit me in the liver, and I go, no, do this one. He goes, you only have one liver, stupid. And I was like, oh, sorry.
You with your science.
But your grandfather dying after all these things.
So hold on.
Is the biggest
on.
universe.
Vinny calls my uncle when my mom's
Vinny
in
Valero
prison.
in Florida.
Yes,
Wait,
yes.
he's waiting for her to show up with the cash. Is he in on the plan?
But so my uncle goes, are you in on it? And he goes, listen, your mother has some issues. And my uncle goes, you think? She's in fucking jail for robbing a bank. Were you in on it? And he goes, no, I wasn't. But I got to tell something to your sister, and I'm hoping that you could tell her because I think that'll make her angry. Now, my uncle and my sister have that Irish thing that maybe you can relate to as a Scotsman, of that combustible, I fucking love you so much I hate you type of thing. So my uncle goes, my spidey senses is tingling with you. Something is fucked up here. Why are you calling me? Like, you don't need to call me. You don't know me. I don't know you, but you're calling me. You want me to do something on your behalf for my sister who's now in prison for going to see you? What's going on? Yeah. And Vinny goes, I need you to tell her that I'm actually a woman. And my uncle goes, what the fuck did you just say? I've been misrepresenting myself to your sister as a man named Vinny Valero, but I'm actually a woman. do you think she's going to be mad? My uncle's like, she's going to fucking murder you. She's in jail right now.
Did your mom did she not have the right glasses?
They never met in person. It was all, she got catfished.
Oh, that's right.
She got catfished.
Online, you did say that.
Now my uncle's like, oh, I can't wait to fucking tell her this. So he races down. They're between the glass, and he's like, so,
Vivian Valero.
talk to Vinny, and you'll never guess what she told me.
Turns out Vinny Valero has a big bush. I'm not following you. Geish.
What?
So
she has a what?
And did she ever go down and try to kill him?
So my mom gets up. My mom gets up from the conversation and goes back in. That night.
I'd rather be in jail than have any more of this conversation. That's tight.
She that night makes a shiv. And the next day at mealtime, anybody with the vowel at the end of the name got a little fucking special with their meal. Just start stabbing any Italian within an arm's fucking length. Causes a full-on riot. 5-point restraints. Get her on a plane. Ship her to another prison in Florida. And who do you think lives driving distance? So Vinny starts to go see my mom. My mom will not see her. But she's in Florida now. We were barely going to see her in Chicago.
So Vinny Valero goes to visit your mom. Signs in. They go, you have a visitor. She don't come out to cell.
No. Keeps going to see my mom. I was like, well, no one's coming down here to see me. So what do I have to lose? I got shit to do in here.
But she wants to kill him still.
She goes out. They talk some more. My ma gets out, released from prison, halfway house in Chicago. Spends the last 11 years of her life in a committed gay relationship.
Happy ending.
Happy ending, huh?
Was she sober?
She got sober for a little bit and then could not adapt to that way of life. The demons were too powerful.
That's amazing about parents. And I had a real easy go parentally. But still, you're like, what the fuck's wrong with my parents? And I said this in my book, No Wonder My Parents Drank. Like, anybody out there, like, with parental issues, like, what the fuck's with these people? Like, I got news for you. They're giving you everything they got. They're not saving it for a rainy day. Your mom is fucking bananas with all that shit.
Yeah.
That when you were born, you were that little kid in the onesie, and, like, you changed her fucking life. She never didn't see you that way.
Maybe.
And when she had a baby, she's like, my parents were so fucked up. I'm going to treat this one different and better so he has a better life than the way my parents fucked me up. Don't you think that's true?
100% not.
Yeah. No, you asshole. Well, I do.
No,
well,
most
you're
people
like the outlier. Your family's the fucking.
Yeah. But that's why I said she also taught
Game
me
of
how
Thrones.
to throw baseball. She also was, when she wasn't, I guess you could call her bipolar. You know, when she was on the upswing, the world was your oyster. The kindness that she showed you was absolutely incredible, but the bottoms were just, so after a while I had to make an adult choice. Well, the world made it for me. I almost became a ward of the state, but my uncle let me live with him when I moved out of that apartment. I move in with him. We're in his apartment for about 2 months with his wife and 2 kids. Then we get evicted out of there and move back into my place that we had just left, my grandfather's place. And my mom had moved back in downstairs. So I don't really know, but there's 2 things. One happened to me, and that was my grandfather dying in my arms because I felt betrayed by God. I felt betrayed by the world in general, that I had this nice thing in my life and that it was taken away. And the second thing was how my alcoholism negatively impacted my wife. We've been together for 22 years, coming up on 22 years, 17 years married. And that I'm ashamed of, and I did that. You know what I mean? Even though I rationalized that my drinking happened, like, I wasn't throwing furniture and stuff, I would just leave the house for 3 days because I didn't want her to see what I saw as a kid. But me being gone, she would tell her own stories of what was happening. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And worry about me. Am I alive? Am I dead? And I don't have...
No kids, though.
What's that?
You don't have any kids?
My kids were born in sobriety. So my kids have never seen me drink.
Yeah, so?
But, so with my kids, I have this as you know, and people with kids or anybody that loves something, this capacity for just you take it all. Like you just said, as a parent, whatever I have is yours. Just take it and I'll do whatever you want. You have 100% of everything that I have and more. And I'm consumed with how to make your life better and be there for you. A kind and loving presence at all costs.
Yeah.
But for my wife, I'm in sober time now, but the first 9 years of our relationship, I was a lunatic. Not only just drinking, but like I loved causing trouble. Like I was addicted to the adrenaline. She
saw something in you that made her stick it out.
I'm breathing today. I'm not incarcerated today because of her. You know what I mean? So I feel not indebted because of that neighborhood thing that's instilled in you. Like she stuck by me, so now, no, I just she did. So when I'm confused about what love is, then I look to her. Because she did that. She accepted me for who I was. She saw something in me that I didn't even see. And when I get confused, that's my example. And it's in my house.
And guys like you and me, it is like this new husband. Like, when you're young and you're running around and you're drinking, you meet all these people that are like, hey, let's go to the strip club or like get a fucking rub and tug. Or let's go get some fucking, let's go out and meet chicks. And you're like, yeah. And then you meet like the love of your life and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with everybody?
Yeah.
Who behaves this way? Henry? Sorry. But guys like you and me, and I say this on stage all the time, we are the first generation, guys our age, of I love you dads. We're the tip of the spear of dads that'll look at our kids and go, hey, where are you going? I just want to tell you I love you.
Oh, 100%.
And let the kid hit him on his rear end and go, get out of here.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that's exciting.
It's the
Especially
best.
for somebody like you who's been wronged. Like I'm spending the last week outside a hospital burn unit talking to God out loud going, what is thy will? How could this be thy will?
Yeah.
Explain. I guess I'm praying for clarity. And then as the bird sings, as I mentioned, the fucking Prince of Peace right there. And but you went through so much more. And the fact that you have faith and are not holding a sign outside Vaughn's right now, that's a goddamn miracle.
Yeah, man.
You should be Saint Mick.
No.
Hashtag
no,
Saint
no.
Mick.
My friends call my wife Saint Katie.
Asshole. I'm going to get you some money. This is merch right now. What's the matter with you?
Saint Mick.
Any dates you got? All on the website?
This is coming out Monday, so I'm doing a show Saturday.
Yeah, Monday, right? Is your mom still around with the car? She drives this one. Eyes in the back of her fucking head, right? She never ran a light. That was half Dice and half the mom in Purple Greenwich Village.
It was a merge.
Walter never drank, and he disapproved of the lottery. You want a flight officer? Get the hell out of my house.
No dates. I'm focused on writing the book.
How do you make your money?
I'm not in it for the money. The money will take care of itself.
That's not what I asked you. How, like, when you have
I'm going to publish it. Well, no, I'm
your
trying.
Rent's due. Where's your money?
I'm trying to staff. I've been writing and producing dramatic television for the last 10 years. So
this is put a name on a show that we could all watch and help you.
I'm in the. You know the deal. Like when there's pilot season for actors, this is the staffing season for writers. So I'm going around hat in hand, meeting a bunch of show creators.
You did Chicago Fire. You made nice money doing the gig.
The pilot that I sold, I pushed the money to 2015 so that I could focus just on the book.
Yeah, you're smart.
And it's just stories like we're talking about now. And then, to plug the podcast, the Mick Betancourt Show, I just have people on, and we talk like this all the time. I'm interested, selfishly, bringing men and women in who have dealt with great adversity, drug addiction, personal crime, whatever it is. And how do you come out of the other side positive and lead a good life? Plain and simple. Because I didn't really know what my show was in the beginning because I've been doing stand-up for 18 years.
Can I tell you the answer?
Yeah.
Genetics.
Yeah?
My wife said to me once, sometimes it's just the way your hard drive is installed.
Yeah, but you and I have seen people that...
I had an easy run of it. I didn't go through the shit you went through.
Yeah.
But you're fucking... Obviously, the way your hard drive was installed, you're like a happy-go-lucky guy. I wouldn't want that switch to go off and be within elbow's reach of you because I think you'd clear out a goddamn room. I'm being serious. But there's other people that are just negative assholes.
Yeah.
They can't help it. It's just the way their fucking hard drive was installed.
And
they feel like they've been jobbed by society and by life. And you know what? You have been.
Yeah.
But are you going to walk through the fire?
Yeah.
what matters most is how well you walk through the fire. Or are you going to sit there and go, it's so fucking hot. Like, fucking get on with your life. Turn the page. Let's go.
100%.
Hey, you hit a batter. What are you going to do?
That's my show, man. That's what my show's evolved to.
Stare into the dugout, or are you going to pitch to the next guy?
100%. And I get people on, and I'm like, what do you do when you're scared? What do you do when you're afraid? And have the conversations that I wish I could have had coming up. You know what I mean?
I'm frightened.
I'm scared.
Yeah, that's what you say?
I make really big eyes, and I hold a lantern. And I wear, like, it kind of looks like a dress, but it's like my sleeping gown. And it's in black
with the big
white.
hat with the long tail in the back?
Lordy. I don't want no trouble.
Those old movies, like I saw a Topper movie on the classic. That is the most racist fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire
Neil
life.
Brennan told me he was at Eddie Murphy's house, and it was him, Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy.
Neil Brennan said this?
And Charlie Murphy, like a whole bunch of guys, and Neil was the only white guy.
Yeah.
And the Al Jolson story was on, like two of them. Like nobody's fucked up. They're all square, right?
Yeah.
And the Al Jolson story's on. And like they're just sitting there watching TV. It's just this fucking the most famous man in America in blackface, like, wow, Swanee River. And then Chris Rock goes, am I in the motherfucking Twilight Zone? Like, first of all, like, why is it on? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's too bizarre.
Yeah, all of it's fucked up.
So I guess at least we're not black. They've really had a hustle.
We were on such a good fucking... We
were
there. I could see.
Hard. I'm not even making a joke. Like, I can't fathom going through what a black person goes through on a daily basis. That's the weirdest shit in the world.
That's hopefully the next chapter. And
you get pulled over because they see a black guy drive by. You and I don't have that.
No, it's...
You think I'm making a joke, but you know I'm not now.
No,
I'm looking you in the eyes.
Yeah.
Like, you and I just pass a cop. We actually will look and go, what's up, man?
Yeah.
Brothers are like, don't fuck. Are you fucking for real?
No,
really?
it's a fucking...
I gotta pick up my kids.
Listen, it is a fucking atrocity, and the delusion and this weird thing that's not what it is fucking horrible. Look, it's not perpetrated on me, but I can't even imagine if I had to put myself in somebody else's shoes that while something is being done to you and then the person saying, we're not doing this to you as it's being done to you. I'm not talking about any police shooting. I'm just saying racism in general. Like, it's insult to injury. It's fucking horrible, man. Everyone just needs to fucking come to terms with what is and figure out a fucking solution and not
unite. Rally against the Portuguese.
But rallies are great, man, and then signs are wonderful. Fucking vote. Use your power. Use whatever power you have.
I don't think anybody should vote.
Yeah?
You don't know my theory about that?
No.
These guys spend...
and vote. I want to hear your theory, but vote. Your hula hoop, man. The best thing I learned when I got sober was, here's a hula hoop. You're in the hula hoop. Everything in the hula hoop is your business. Everything outside of the hula hoop is none of your business. But I didn't know that, man. I get spread thin. I want to...
These guys spend $500 million to run for president, right?
No, yeah, well, you're talking...
Let's say 30,000 people total vote, and you become president. You're like, I just fucking shat $500 million. Nobody even gives a fuck. Nobody showed up.
That system's corrupted.
I'm paid to play.
It's totally
like being
corrupted.
A band and paying for stage time.
The Koch, and I'm not one
Republican.
Republican.
Doesn't matter.
The Koch brothers and you can get fucking look. If the same people own both teams, whatever team wins, the people that own the teams win. That's the whole fucking thing. That's a corrupted system. I'm just saying, in your own sphere of influence, if you can practice love, kindness, and tolerance,
yes, brother,
do that. Right?
Yes.
Do that. That'll fill you up.
Think globally. Act locally. Inside your hula hoop.
It's tough. You do it. You treat people with kindness and respect.
How much money do you think that guy made? Hula hoop guy.
With the hula hoop?
More than you made.
You know who I knew? You know who I grew up with? Mike Breakfast. You ever eat breakfast? That's my boy Mike's family making money. Oh, fucking.
You had me. I was like, I don't think that's possible because it's a word. It means break the fast. Bro.
Fucking Mike Breakfast. Printing it.
That's $5 right there, right? Mick Betancourt shows the podcast. He's a good friend, and we're about to gorge ourselves on pizza. And if they would ever give me a goddamn free pie, I'd give them a plug. Portland, June 18th, I'm at Helium Comedy Club. Denver, jmohr.com. That's all there. You know what? GoFundMe. Help out Aunt Lori and Uncle Dan. And by all means, at Mick Betancourt, let him know you love him. Because last time he was on, Twitter exploded.
Yeah, man.
You broke Twitter. Like Kim Kardashian wanted to. You actually did it. My man. I thought we were wrestling. I'm going to say this. It's early in the year, 5th month out of 12. More Stories podcast. When my grandfather had a heart attack. That really was the worst because I thought we were wrestling. That's the line so far. I don't know if that could be top. I mean, that's... Because at first I thought you were joking. I realized you weren't. Then I circled back to he's fucking with me. And then you're like, no, he grabbed my arm. Then I yelled, whizzer.
You had this story now.
And then I wasn't sure if we were still fucking around. You're like, ah! They got him.